Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess from Jitter Tumblers. I'm based in New Zealand and this is my first video tutorial, so please be kind. Today I'm going to show you how to do an alcohol ink sunset on a 12-ounce tumbler. This is just using Tim Holtz alcohol inks. And what I've done is I've grabbed some sponges and I've cut them up into little pieces, and then I'll use each one for each colour. So at the top I'm starting with my darker colour, which is a purple and a blue. I will write the colours in the description. I tend to sort of get a bit tunnel visioned and focused, and I didn't show off the colours, but obviously this is a learning step, so yeah, bear with me. You just want to make sure that while you are making these colours that you are, gradiating them down the tumbler. You want them to blend as best as you can. From a real sunset, there's obviously, a gradient of different colours, and you just want to make sure that they all blend together. I'm just trying to put it onto a tube so that I don't get covered. And this is how I test the colours to see if it's going to match with what I am looking for on my cups. So I'm wanting a purple that's a bit vibrant, because a sunset goes from quite bright up to quite dark, because the sun is obviously at the bottom of the sky, I guess, the horizon. So you want it to blend up and you want your colours to pop, so you don't want to use really, really dark colours. The good thing about alcohol inks is that the more you add, the more you can spread it. It's activated within itself. So if you are having trouble blending, just add a bit more to your sponge and keep dabbing away, and you will find it will gradually start to blend. It is a case of trust the process, so don't feel defeated when you first start. Just keep working on it and getting it to blend, and just take your time, because I promise that it will be worth it in the end. But for now, I'll shut up and I'll let you watch the process. Alright, so we're getting to the end of the tumbler now, like at the bottom. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do. I didn't know whether I wanted to do a vinyl mountain range or anything, and then just continue my alcohol inks down and then cover the sort of the bottom with the the tape. Or there are other ways where you can use masking tape around the bottom and then cut it in a jaggedy kind of way to make it blend together. And to make it look a bit more organic, but I was still sort of pondering this while I was doing the last of the colours, and there was just a bit of blending to go, and then I think that what I ended up doing was actually I went and I stopped recording, and then I was like, no, I actually want to try and hand do this with black alcohol inks, and Tim Holtz has a fantastic black ink. In New Zealand we don't have a wide range of really high quality inks. I'd love to try Jen's, but we just don't get that here. So here's me going, oh, I'm just gonna give this a shot. So I got a clean sponge piece and I went to town. So I started on the bottom, and then I just started sort of carefully, very carefully, because you can always add but never take away, started making as an organic mountain range as I could with the ink. There is a seam around the bottom of the tumbler which did irritate me a bit, and you'll probably see in a few times I try to fill it in, but at the end of the day it didn't really cause too many problems once it was epoxied. So yeah, I just kind of tried to conceal it as much as possible, but there's only so much you can do. I quite like the organic edge of this mountain range because we have a lot of big trees and small trees on our hills over here, so being able to make that appear was really nice. So I just went around the whole tumbler making sure that it was as even as possible, and yeah, I'll come back to you when it's done. here you go. This is it with the mountain range completely done. As you could tell, I was trying to have a bit of a battle with the seam. In the end, I was just like, YOLO. I did put a little bit of glitter in my resin when I put it on the turners. Sorry that my camera is blurry and all over the place. But you can see that beautiful shine like coming through with the glitter. So I was super excited for this. It is my first video, and I did have like 6 other cups on the turners, but my dunce hat was on and I completely forgot to torch it. And now this is what can happen when you don't torch your tumblers. You can get bubbles, but I wanted to keep this in and I wanted to keep doing it so I could show you how I rectified it. So I just gave it a light sand. I sanded down the bubbles, and I made sure that I blew out the dust from in the divots from the bubbles as well, to make sure that they were nice and clear. And then I just gave the tumbler like a really good sand all down. And I also, I think I did, yeah, I just did I did a really good sand down, and so it was all ready for its next coat of epoxy. I did sand the whole thing down, because I want my resin to adhere really well to my cup. I didn't go hard out because this is only one layer of resin, so you don't want to sand right through it, but I was you know, doing enough obviously to scuff it up and make sure I smooth out any edges. I did also tidy up the rim, take off any epoxy, trim the edge up. It just makes it easier at the end when you're finished for cleanup, when there's less to get off the cup. Make sure that when you're doing this that the blade is angled inside your cup so that you don't slip on the outside and scratch your cup. I've done that before and it's annoying. It just means more prepping and sanding and maybe more epoxy layers depending how deep you go, but that's what you want to avoid. So I did this, and then I sanded down the rim to leave a really thin layer of stainless steel for our epoxy to hold on to create that seal to protect the cup. Once this was done, I went through and I did, I think I did about 2 more coats of epoxy on this before it was done. But I am super happy with how this came out. I think it looks amazing, and I hope that my tutorial will give you some guidance to create your own sunset cup. And yeah, it's actually really easy. And like I said, it's very much a trust the process kind of thing. So don't give up hope if you get even halfway through and it's not looking what you imagined. Just keep going. Alcohol inks are very easy to work with. You can manipulate them really easily. Yeah, just have fun. That's what about making all these cups is all about. So yeah, and I just want to say thank you for watching, and I will slowly be bringing out more videos. I just have to find the time in between having children and a family and also running a business here. But if there is anything you would like me to do, then let me know. I will also correct up my camera angles because I know they're not great, but like I said, trial and error, we will get there. And I also, I make my labels for the bottoms of my cups with the Cricut printable vinyl. So I use just an inkjet printer and I print on the vinyl, and then I use my Cricut to cut out the shape. And yeah, I can just stick that on the cup and then epoxy straight over the top of it, and it's perfect. I did get a bit vigorous with my sanding around the bottom, but I did tidy it up with some alcohol ink, which is, you know, it's pretty flawless. You can't really tell once it's epoxied over and dried. It's not obvious at all. That's also why I like alcohol inks. But yeah, anyway, enough of my rambling. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the video, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.